All right, welcome back here as we get ready for the fourth and final quarterfinal round game of the State A softball tournament here in Minot. Temperature right now is sunny, and, well, it says we're at 87 right now. That's where we were at the start of the last game. In the first three quarterfinals today, it was Bismarck Century, 11-1 winners in 5 via the 10-run rule over West Fargo Cheyenne. Bismarck High just knocked off Fargo North 10-2 after trailing 2-1 about in the midway point of that game. About, I think it was either the top or bottom of the fourth inning. It was the top of the fourth inning, and it was the bottom of the fourth inning that Bismarck High took the lead for good. And then Valley City knocked off Dickinson in the first game today by a score of 10-3. So that sets up Valley City and Bismarck for one of the semifinals at 6 o'clock tomorrow. That game can be heard on KOVC. I'm not sure what the frequency is locally out of Valley City, but you can go to their website, newsdakota.com, and listen to the game online if that game holds interest to you, if you're a Bismarck fan or a Valley City fan. And then Century will await the winner of either this one right here. It will either be the Minot Majettes or the West Fargo Packers. West Fargo coming into this one with only 5 losses on the year and a 15-game winning streak. It was 15 games ago that West Fargo Cheyenne gave them their last loss and their only loss to a North Dakota team. The other 4 losses came against teams from across the border in Minnesota. While the Minot Majettes come into this one on a 1-game winning streak, they would fall against the Bismarck High Demons 10-7 in the semifinals of the West Region Tournament. They would go to a state qualifier game and defeat the Jamestown Blue Jays 7-4 to bring them into this quarterfinal round state matchup with the West Fargo Packers. Time now to go through the starting lineups here for the two teams. Let's see here. West Fargo, they will be the home team playing in the bottom half of the inning. The Minot Majettes, even though they're on their home field, will be the visitors on the scoreboard. And batting first for the Minot Majettes will be the junior center fielder who made a fabulous catch against Bismarck Century in the state tournament last year, a game you heard here on the ND Sports Channel. Landry Mariagos, the junior center fielder, and then the sophomore starting pitcher is the batting second, Paige Ackerman. Batting third would be the senior catcher, J.C. Rustad. Batting fourth would be the junior third baseman, Cambry Pretzler. Batting fifth would be the senior left fielder, Haley Espy. Batting sixth would be the freshman designated player, Abigail Barnum. Batting seventh would be the sophomore first baseman, Roan Nelson. Batting eighth would be the senior second baseman, Morgan Tice. Batting ninth will be the junior shortstop, Jaylee Britt. And flex, playing in right field and not batting, will be the senior Sophie Weeder. For the West Fargo Packers, it will be the senior Lauren Deemer batting first, playing second base. Batting second will be the junior third baseman, Tori Nichols-Kraft. Batting third will be the sophomore catcher, Ashlyn Deemert. Batting fourth will be the senior first baseman, Michaela Johnson. Batting fifth will be the junior left fielder, Mariah Peters. Batting sixth will be the senior center fielder, Brooklyn Mervick. Batting seventh will be the freshman shortstop, Sophie O'Husky. Batting eighth, the junior designated player, Macy Weibel. Batting ninth will be the junior right fielder, Kaylee Leiter. And the flex, not batting, and your starting pitcher, number 16, the senior, Courtney Bull. Once again, Minot, 21-13 coming into this game overall in the season, and the West Fargo Packers are 21-5. So Minot gotten a few more games than the West Fargo Packers, but these two teams did meet earlier in the season, and West Fargo, it was a doubleheader played in West Fargo. And the Packers would win both those games. The first one, 10-0 in 5 innings. The second one by the final score of 10-3 in a full 7-inning game. So West Fargo 2-0 against Minot here in the season so far. We'll see if they can go 3-0 or if the defending state champs will send West Fargo into the losers bracket for the second year in a row. And the only 2 times ever that they've been fallen into the losers bracket. They've been there once. We'll see if Minot can knock them off and make a run at a repeat for a state championship here on their home field, or if West Fargo can make a run to restart their streak that came to an end last season, thanks to another team from the West in the quarterfinals of that state tournament last year. We'll take a quick break, come back, and get you ready for your first pitch right after this here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. We are ready to rock and roll here from Minot. Sunny in 87. Landry Mariagos will be the leadoff batter here for the Majettes. Courtney Bull, your starting pitcher for the West Fargo Packers. And the first pitch will miss for a ball, 1-0. First pitch comes across at 6:07 p.m. And the second pitch will be low to the outside for another ball. 2-0 now to Landry Mariagos, the junior center fielder for the Majettes. And the 2-0, and that's half swing slash bunt slash swing. You decide. And that'll be in the books as strike one as it's fouled away into the backstop. Paige Ackerman, J.C. Rostad will be batters 2 and 3 for the Majettes here in the top half of the first. So that pitch comes down low for another ball, and Courtney Bull has thrown 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff batter here for the Majettes. Here's the 3-1. Strike 2. Looked like one of those quarter swings that almost looked like a bunt, but a little bit too strong for it to be a bunt. With all that said, it can be dwindled down into a swing and a miss. That's going to be an infield single. She popped it up over the head of Courtney Bull, and it dropped right up to the left side of Lauren Demon and right to the right side of Sophie Husky, right behind the second base bag.
The pitcher, Paige Ackerman.
That brings up Paige Ackerman.
Here we go, Paige.
We'll gun down this pitch here from Courtney Bull. And it comes across the plate at 45 miles an hour for a ball low to the outside. That one a little bit quicker, 52 miles an hour, caught the inside edge of the plate for a strike to even up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, runner on as Landry Mary goes on first for the Majettes. Showing bunt, and it's bunt right to Tori Nichols-Kraft, who dives and makes the grab. What a play there by the junior third baseman for the West Fargo Packers, as that was not an easy catch to make, and Tori Nichols-Kraft diving face first onto the turf, stretches out, and allows the popped up bunt to fall into her glove for the out. That's 1 away. Mary Ghost remains on first, brings up J.C. Rostad. I want to be fair down the third base line. A roll foul all the way to the fence. Rounding third is Mariagos, and it's 1-0 Minot High. That pitch will come up high for a ball. If you want to listen to Minot High and West Fargo, and that'll be a grounder that goes into third, or left field, excuse me. And that moves the runner up to second. Now there's runners on first and second for the Minot High Jets.
Now batting, third baseman Cambry Pretzer.
Pitch comes across for a strike. Cambry Pretzer is the batter. That one's fouled held up into the backstop here for a strike. One out, top of the first, 1-0. Runners on first and second. There's a strikeout for Cambry Pretzer.
Batter, left fielder.
They'll bring up Haley Espy. Runners on first and second. J.C. Rostad on first. And the score is 0-0. I thought it was 1-0. So we'll go back to 0-0, and that would explain why there's an extra runner on base compared to my stat book here. So we're all straight now. We're all straight now. I want to be popped up, and it will fall into the glove of Lauren Diemert to end the inning. So, scoreless, going to the bottom of the first. Back after this here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the first, no score here between the defending state champions and the prior to that defending state champions. Minot put an end to a 20-year streak for the West Fargo Packers, and now these two teams battle in the quarterfinals to see who's going to be the next champion. If West Fargo wins, we'll be guaranteed a new champion here. If Minot wins, there will be a chance to have a repeat. We'll see if Minot can go on a 20-year streak. That people up here would love that.
For West Fargo, the second baseman, Lauren Diemert.
Then again, the Bismarck High fans and the Bismarck Century fans would love to see their team start a streak as well. Well, all of those teams I just mentioned certainly have an opportunity here. There's no doubt about it. And don't count Valley City out of this one either. They have a very good team. The batter's Lauren Diemert. We saw her in the final game of the regular season face 14 pitches against Fargo North pitcher Gabby Oleg. Right now, she's faced 2 pitches, 1 ball and 1 strike. She is, let's see here, 0 for 4 on her plate appearances on the ND Sports Channel. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one will miss to the inside for a ball. And the windup in the 2-1. Up high for another ball, 3-1 to Lauren Diemert. Of course, it was her younger sister, Ashlyn Diemert, who'd step up to the plate 2 batters later and break Lauren Diemert's record of 14 pitches and faced 18 pitches. And in the top half of the first inning, it would be Gabby Oleg throwing a total of 58 pitches in just 1 half of an inning. And 34 of those 58 went to the Diemert sisters. Right now it's 3-2 to Lauren Diemert, and she'll walk. She will not face too many pitches this time. That brings up Tori Nichols-Craft.
Batter, the third baseman, Tori Nichols-Craft.
She is 7 of 9, including 2 home runs on those 7 hits on the ND Sports Channel. Both of those home runs went over about the same spot in left field. The most recent was a 3-run home run to give West Fargo a 3-1 lead over Valley City in the EDC championship game. That one goes foul down the third base line, and that was a rocket off the bat of Tori Nichols-Craft. At the end of the inning here, we're gonna go move our crowd mic because it's right up against the fence there, and that popping noise is from the ball hitting the bat. As a matter of fact, we won't do that between innings. We'll have a helper to have it take care of that right now. Swing and a miss. As Nichols-Craft will now face strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that will be grounded foul towards the third base line. That'll make it count 2 balls and 2 strikes once again. Once again, the winner of this one will play Century in the semifinals at 4 o'clock tomorrow. And the victim of this one, if you want to put it that way, will take on the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Both of these teams deserve to move to the semifinals. Unfortunately, only one of them is going to make that trip. Nichols-Craft, well, we've seen her do that about 1,800 times in 3 games. Fouled it away, third base line over the dugout. Matter of fact, not just Nichols-Craft, but pretty much half the hitters on the Packers team here. And that one's going straight away center field, all the way back. Can Mary Ghost make another catch? She does. That's one away.
Next batter, catcher, Ashlyn Deemer.
So that brings up Ashlyn Deemer. As Nichols-Craft will fly out. First pitch comes across as a ball. That pitch will float down to the outside for a ball as well. Two balls, no strikes. 3 balls, no strikes, and a pass ball, and that'll put Lauren Deemert up on second.
These guys might want to go now.
That'll be a walk.
Now batting first baseman, Michaela Johnson.
Now bring up the senior Michaela Johnson.
Running at first base.
Having some issue here with our scoring app. It has Tori Nichols-Craft on all 3 bases right now. So I'm not sure how that happened. I'm trying to figure that one out if you're wondering what the... Still 0-0 here in the bottom of the first with only 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Packers. The batter's Michaela Johnson. Johnson will pop that one up foul to the right side of the batter's box and out of play. And Michaela Johnson's going deep to right field, and that goes into the glove of Sophie Weeder.
Now batting, left fielder Mariah Peters.
That pitch will come across as a strike to Mariah Peters. Time is called. Peters will step out of the box here. Okay, so we got that issue resolved, and now we're back to action here. It sounds like a normal game. I apologize. So runners on the corners, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Someone's going high, right field, drifts foul and out of, no, not out of play, but right up near the fence. 1 ball and 2 strikes and a foul away pitch. Mariah Peters, the batter. Runners on the corners. You got Abby Carlson on first. I can't see the jersey number who's on third. I don't want to make a guess either. There we go. My guess would have been correct. It's Lauren Diemert on third. Girls soccer final is in. Minot defeats West Fargo by the score of 5-1. That is a final. 5-1. Minot defeats West Fargo in the girls state soccer tournament. That pitch will float up high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch number 20 coming up here for Paige Ackerman. Starting pitcher for the Majettes, and that one's fouled away right into the hands of Pat Johnson, who can't make the grab. Charge the error there to the head coach. He's a head coach. He should not make those mistakes. Should lead by example. And if he listens to this broadcast, he's going to hold his lineups from me in future games. So that crack of the bat there by Mariah Peters was a really strong one to knock out our crowd mic for a split second once again. We'll turn the volume down a little bit. Maybe that'll compensate a little bit for it. There's nothing you can do about that. Once the sound gets above a certain frequency, the microphone just shuts off. So it's one thing we've learned. We really like the microphones. That's the one drawback that we don't like about it. We just got those microphones. I want to be fouled into the dirt. Once again, Mariah Peters is still the batter here. She's faced 10 pitches now, according to my numbers. And this is pitch number 11. Still a 2-2 count. That one's going into the gap in left field. That will score Lauren Diemert from third, and now it's 1-0, this time in favor of West Fargo.
Now batting, center fielder Brooklyn Burbick.
So it's an RBI single from Mariah Peters. Now Brooklyn Murbick will ground out, and that'll be a force out at third. And that'll end the inning. So it's 1-0 West Fargo. We'll be back after this with the top of the second on the ND Sports
For
Channel.
West Spartans.
All right, welcome back. Top of the second. We're 21 minutes into the game, and we're in the top of the second. Keep that in mind. This could be a long one if that pattern continues. Abigail, or as the people here call her by short, Abby Barnum, freshman for the Majettes in the batter's box, found away the first pitch for a strike. Courtney Bowl, the senior pitcher for the Packers, will see that pitch come right back to her. An underhand toss to Johnson at first for the 1-3. Around the bases for the Packers, Michaela Johnson at first, Lauren Deemert at second, Sophie Husky at shortstop. Tori Nicholscraft at third, Ashlyn Deemert behind the plate, Courtney Bowl pitching, Mariah Peters out in left, Kaylee Leiter out in right, straightaway centers, Brooklyn Mervick. The batter is Roan Nelson, a sophomore for Minot. First pitch comes in for strike one. And the 0-1 from Bull. Swung on, skimmed off the top of the back, fouled to the backstop for another strike. 0-2 as a result. No balls, 2 strikes, 10 pitches. Yeah, that's right. 10 pitches for Courtney Bull, 6 strikes and 4 balls. Now on be popped straight up, and Michaela Johnson was given a chase after it, as was Ashlyn Deemert, but it would drop right in between the two of them, and neither one had enough speed to get there. Drops for a strike. Final from the State A baseball tournament. Shanley defeats Williston 4-3 on a game-winning two-run RBI double in the bottom of the 7th. Congratulations to the Shanley Deacons. That bounces off the glove of Courtney Bull over to Husky. Did she get it over there? She did. Roan Nelson hit the pitch right back to Courtney Bull. It deflected off her glove. Husky hustled after it, picked it up, fired it over to Michaela Johnson at first for the 6-3 ground out, which prevents an error going onto the board. Morgan Tice is the batter. She's a senior for Minot this year. Here's pitch 23 from Bull. I said 10 earlier. I was looking at the wrong number, and I apologize for that. Pitch comes in for a ball. 23 pitches in 24 minutes. 16 strikes, 7 balls for Courtney Bull. That pitch will come in for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count now with 2 away, excuse me. No runners on for Minot. That one, it looked to come low, but it must have been above the knees of Tice. The top of my laptop was blocking my view. So it goes into the books as a strike. 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. Tice goes down swinging. Bull gets a strikeout, and that ends the inning. Batter 7, 8, 9. It's Sophie O'Husky, Macy Weibel, and Kaylee Leiter. The bottom of the order for the Packers when we return after this on the ND Sports Channel. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning now. Sophie O'Husky will go deep to right field. Running in, and it'll drop. Weeder couldn't quite get there. She was a couple steps shy of making the grab. And it drops for a single for Sophie O'Husky, bringing up Macy Weibel.
Now batting designated player Macy Weibel.
Kaylee Leiter is on deck for the Packers here as they lead 1-0. Pitch comes across for a ball. Weibel is 2 for 3 on her plate appearances here on the ND Sports Channel. 2 hits to left field, almost in identical spots. And the 1-0 showing bunt, bunts it down the first base line. 2 hops, Ackerman picks it up, fires it over to Nelson for the out. Nice job there by Ackerman to react quickly to that bunt by Weibel to get the out.
Now batting right fielder.
That will
Kaylee
advance
Leiter.
O'Husky up to second as a result. Now bring up the junior, Kaylee Leiter. So the Packers with a runner in scoring position. It's Sophie O'Husky on second. Now here's another bunt. That one foul? Yep, it sure is. Goes into the books as a strike. It appeared as if it was going to go inside of the first base line, but then it took a bounce and hopped over, and home plate umpire call it foul. Goes into the books as a strike 1 for Kaylee Leiter. Once again, runner on second is Sophie O'Husky as Ackerman winds up and delivers the 0-2 up high for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes now, with 1 away and a runner on. And the windup. That pitch floats up high and then caught the jet stream and pushed it to the outside to even up the count at 2 apiece. It seems to have cooled down, and it has. According to this, 86 degrees. I still am not confident in that weather app. I'm thinking of just deleting it. There's a grounder right in the direction of Britt. Britt will fire it over to first and Nelson to get the out. Now back over to third, but Pretzer wasn't able to make the grab, and sliding in is O'Husky feet first to third. So Leiter will ground out on a 6-3. And O'Husky's in safely at third, and that puts Lauren Diemert top of the order at the plate here for the Packers, and the first pitch caught the outside edge of the plate for a strike. Diemert's 0 for 0. She was walked on 5 pitches last time she was at the plate. Up high for a ball. Oh, no, I guess not. It was a strike. Caught the upper edge of the strike zone. That makes it 0-2. 35 pitches for Ackerman, according to my numbers. 22 of them have been strikes. That one will be a strike that goes into the diving glove of Pretzer, but she cannot get up in time to make the throw to Nelson. And Demert's on with an infield RBI single that scores a Husky from third to make it 2-0 West Fargo.
Now batting, third baseman, Tori Nichols-Kraft.
It was a great play there by Pretzer, but because she was on the ground, she wasn't able to have enough momentum to get up and make the throw to first, and as a result, it's an infield RBI single for Lauren Demert. Tori Nichols-Kraft, the batter now, fouled that one away almost into the ankles of her head coach, Pat Johnson, down the third baseline. She was walked her last time at the plate as well. That pitch will go into the dirt. One ball, one strike as a result of Tori Nichols-Kraft. It's getting Ackerman. We'll go around the bases. We haven't done that yet for Minot. We'll do that here after the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Ro Nelson, a sophomore at first. Morgan Tice, a senior at second. Jaylee Britt, a junior at shortstop. Cambry Pretzer, junior at third. And J.C. Rosted, a senior behind the plate catching the pitches at the sophomore Paige Ackerman in the outfield here after the 1-2. Outside edge, just missed it, ball 2. That's 40 pitches for Ackerman now, 25 strikes and 15 balls. In the outfield in left, it's the senior Haley Espy. In right, it's the senior Sophie Weeder. And in straightaway center field, it's the junior Landry Mariagos. 2-2 and a line drive, low line drive into the gap in left field. It'll roll all the way to the fence. Lauren Demert's rounding third from first, and she scores on an RBI double for Tori Nichols-Kraft out into deep left center field. So Nichols-Kraft with the grounder that rolls all the way to the fence in left center will score Lauren Demert from first on a double by Nichols-Kraft that brings up Ashlyn Demert, who flew out to right field where Sophie Weeder made a nice running catch. And it's 3-0 West Fargo now after that RBI double there by Nichols-Kraft, who's on second now. Scored Lauren Demert. Now Lauren's younger sister Ashlyn's up to bat. 1 ball, no strike to count so far, and here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, past the third baseman into left field. That'll be a grounder. Rounding third is Nichols-Kraft. Here comes the throw, and safe. It is 4-0 on an RBI double for Ashlyn Demert. Excellent hit by Demert out into left field. That'll bring Nichols-Kraft home. Ashlyn Demert, Nichols-Kraft trade spots, 4-0 West Fargo. Now it's Michaela Johnson. Let's see what she can do. That hit by Nichols-Kraft was basically a line drive. Just inside the third base line, and Cambry Pretzer at third reached out with her glove, but just couldn't quite stretch out far enough to keep it in the infield. Hit out into center field, and that'll drop a one-hopper into the glove of Landry Mariagos. Rounding third is Ashlyn Demert, and it's 5-0 on an RBI single by Michaela Johnson to straightaway center field. 3 pitches result in 3 RBIs for 3 West Fargo batters here, and back-to-back.
Now batting left fielder.
And now it's Mariah Peters to see if she can keep the momentum going here for the West Fargo Packers. So they've jumped out to a 5-0 lead. Pitch comes in low for a ball. 1-0 now to Mariah Peters. And the 1-0. And now snap throw to first. That will roll into right field. Taking off for second is Michaela Johnson, and she will put on the brakes there. The pitch came across as a strike to the junior Mariah Peters, and then the snap throw up to first from J.C. Rostad would get away from Roan Nelson, move into shallow center. That would be just deep enough for Michaela Johnson to get up to second.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that goes into the books as an error. And to the best of my knowledge, the first error of the game. Pitch low to the outside, and now Michaela Johnson's going to take off for third. That's going to go into the books as a pass ball and not a stolen base. So Michaela Johnson from first to third on 2 pitches. Peters, 2 balls, 1 strike. She's 1 for 1 with a single out into left center field her last time at the plate. This one high and inside. Peters had to lift up her elbows and let that pitch go underneath her. 3 balls and a strike to Mariah Peters. And the windup in the 3-1. Walk. Mariah Peters on with 5 pitches. Puts runners on the corners on first and third. Peters on first, Michaela Johnson on third. Now Brooklyn Mervick will step up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a ground out to third base her last time at the plate. Actually, I think it was a grounded into a force out is the better way to word that. Because at that time, there was runners on first and second. First pitch came across for a ball, 1-0 to Mervick, and that's 50 pitches now for Ackerman. 29 strikes, 21 balls. Snap throw to third. That one hit Michaela Johnson on the left shoulder and then went out into shallow left field. That will bring Michaela Johnson home and move Mariah Peters up to second. That's 6-0 now in favor of West Fargo. I believe that goes on the books as a throwing error on the catcher. That's how we're going to record it unless I'm told otherwise. That one will be popped out center field, and the catch will be made by Mariagos. Mervick will fly out, and that won the inning. So 5 runs in the bottom of the second, plus 1 more in the bottom of the first. 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 Minot errors, and 3 left on base, according to my numbers. 36 minutes, time of the game. Courtney Bowl will throw pitch 27 to Jaylee Britt. Batters 9, 1, and 2 due up from Minot right after this here on the ND Sports Channel. Okay, so check this out. All this happened in a 2-minute time span. That's 120 seconds. Lauren Demet with an RBI single to make it 2-0. Tori Nichols-Kraft with an RBI double to make it 3-0. Ashlyn Deemert with another RBI double to make it 4-0. Michaela Johnson with an RBI single to make it 5-0. And then the snap throw to third that hit Michaela Johnson on the shoulder. She would come home to make it 6-0. That all happened in 2 minutes, according to my clock here on the timestamps of everything that occurred. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's Jaylee Britt, the batter. That's a half swing. Nichols-Kraft will pick it up, fire it over to third. No! Johnson had to reach up to grab it, and as a result, her foot just barely came off the bag, and that allowed Jaylee Britt to be safe. That'll be an infield single, not going to the books as an error.
Next batter, the center fielder, Landry Marigold.
So the center fielder, Landry Marigold, she was walked the last time she stepped up to the plate. As a result, she's 0 for 0 in the contest so far. Runner on is Jaylee Britt. We're 39 minutes into the game. Bowl toss pitch 30. It's popped up. O'Husky will make the catch at the shortstop position for the out, and that's 1 away here for the Packers in the top half of the third. That'll bring up the next batter for the Majettes, and that batter is the sophomore Paige Ackerman. Once again, around the bases here for the Packers. Michaela Johnson at first, Lauren Diemert at second, Sophie O'Husky, the shortstop, Tori Nichols-Craft at third, Ashlyn Diemert behind the plate, Courtney Bull pitching. Pitch comes in, but just went a little bit low, missed the strike zone. As a result, ball one. In the outfield, Mariah Peters, the junior, in left, Kaylee Leiter, the junior, in right, Brooklyn Mervick, the senior, in center field. 6-0 lead for the Packers. 5 of those 6 coming in the bottom of the second inning. The pitch misses again for ball 2. So 22 strikes on 32 pitches for Courtney Bull, according to my numbers here, 40 minutes into the ball game. That one's going to be popped up and just missed a guy in a straw cowboy hat here to about 6 feet in front of me here. Popped up, foul for a strike. Once again, the runner on first for the Minot is Jaylee Britt, a junior. And that one's hit up high and just foul out of play.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That makes the count 2-2 now. Pitch 35 coming up for Courtney Bull. Every time we've seen Courtney Bull on the ND Sports Channel, she has pitched fantastic games. Haven't seen every game this year, but if those other games are any indication of the games we have seen her at, there's a reason why they only have 5 losses and one of them to a North Dakota team. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3 as the previous pitch was fouled away, and then the strike swing and a miss came. That's 2 away now. So K to the right for Courtney Bull, and now we'll see if she can get another K, the left or right, for JC Rostad. The more exciting ones are to the right. If you're not familiar with that, right is swinging, left is looking. And here's the pitch. Up high for ball. JC Rostad, the batter once again here for Minot. And the 1-0 from Bull. And that one right off the barrel of the bat, but popped straight up. And Lauren Diemert will make the catch just inside the infield. That'll end the inning. 1-2-3 for the Majettes. And now we'll see Sophie O'Husky, Macy Weibel, and Kaylee Leiter. The bottom of the order once again, 7, 8, and 9. Paige Ackerman will toss pitch number 52 to O'Husky when we come back after this on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back here. Bottom of the third inning, and the Packers have a 6-0 lead, and Sophie O'Husky will be the first batter to see if they can add to that number here in the bottom of the third. Here's pitch 52 from Ackerman, in for a just barely missed strike, and ball 1 to O'Husky. O'Husky 1 for 1 with a single to right field her last time at the plate. And the windup and the 1-0 delivery from Ackerman. Inside, missed for ball 2. Once again, around the bases here for Minot. Ron Nelson at first, Morgan Tice at second, Jaylee Britt, the shortstop, Cabby Pretzer at third, J.C. Rosted, the catcher, Paige Ackerman pitching the outfield here after the 2-0. Swung out into the outfield, deep but not deep enough, as SB will make the grab out in left field, and that means we can move to center field and tell you that Landry Marigos is planted there, and Sophie Weeder a little bit further to the right in right field. So that was an easy transition to the outfield, and now that brings up Macy Weibel, the junior. So Husky will pop out on a deep pop out to Haley Espy in left field. That one's a grounder. It's batted down by Pretzer to keep it from going into the outfield. Jaylee Britt will pick it up, but she will not make a throw as Weibel was able to run it out before any attempt on the throw could be made. So that's an infield single for Weibel. Brings up Kaylee Leiter.
Now batting, right fielder Kaylee Leiter.
She's 0 for 1 with a ground out, a 6-3 to the shortstop. Now she's showing bunt, pulls the bunt back as the pitch goes into the turf. That'll allow Macy Weibel to move up to second. The ball stayed in front of the catcher, so we'll put that into the books as a stolen base for Weibel. Once again, Kaylee Leiter the batter, and she faces a count of 1 ball, no strikes.
So I had her going, I was like, 2 minutes first, as it's 4:30. I'm like, right now. She runs out of shower, I get halfway down the hall.
And now she'll show bunt again, and bunt it foul down the third base line to even up the count at 1-1. She had good positioning on the bunt, but she leaned it a little bit too forward, almost like a batter who swings too early. She kind of bunted too early, I guess is not the best way to put that, but that's how it went foul down the third base line. And the 1-1. That just missed up high for another ball, 2-1 now the count. So a ball, a fouled away bunt, and a ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Paige Ackerman will toss pitch 59 coming up here. Once again, it's a 6-0 lead for the West Fargo Packers. And here's the 2-1. Inside, 3 balls and a strike. Leiter watched that pitch go in front and below her knees. Her head followed that ball all the way into the mitt of J.C. Rostad. And now this one, it's going to be the bat going out left center field and making the running grab is Landry Marigos. Nice play there by the center fielder for Minot. And Leiter will pop out. I tell you this though, Marigos had to hustle to make that play. And that's what made the play great. 7 out of 10 teams would not have made that catch, and it would have been a single or a double as a result. That does advance Weibel over to third, though, and that was a hard hit that, once again, head coach Pat Johnson having trouble picking that one up. Error number 2 to the head coach. Lauren Diemert, the batter, by the way. 1 for 1 with a walk and a single down the third base line. And she'll go down the third base line again, but it'll just drift foul in front of the third base bag. As a result, it's no balls and 2 strikes. We'll try and gun down this next pitch here from Ackerman. And that one hits the bat at 51 miles an hour. Fouled away for a strike. Or an unofficial strike, I should say. It remains 0-2. Up high at 50.2 miles per hour for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3 fouled away pitches, and then the high pitch for the ball that just came on that last pitch. Here's the windup. And the delivery, down low, that is ball 2. So it's 2-2. The last pitch was a little bit slower, 38.9, just shy of 40 miles an hour, just shy of 39 miles per hour. It's gone down 1 more. That one will hit the bat and go into the glove of Pretzer at third, who will fire it over to Nerolson for the out on the 5-3 to end the inning. That'll strand Weibel on third, or Weibel, excuse me. And that'll send us to the top of the 4th. Camby Pretzer, Haley Espy, and Abby Barnum. It's batters 4, 5, and 6. And Pretzer will face pitch 39 from Courtney Bull when we return after this on the ND Sports Channel.
The third baseman, Cambry Pretzer.
All right, batter number 4 in the lineup is the junior Cambry Pretzer for the Minot Majettes. Will face pitch 39 here for Courtney Bull. The Jets trail the Packers 6-0 here in the top of the 4th. Pitch comes across as a strike. And if the Majettes are gonna slice into this lead, they're gonna have to start doing something this inning here. Because if West Fargo scores any more runs, it could be too little too late for Minot. Right now, Minot still has a chance. No balls and 2 strikes to Pretzer. Fouled away the most recent one, and now the windup in the 0-2. Swing and a miss! She got the rise ball up there, but the bat rised even higher than the pitch did. And now goes into the swing and a miss.
Haley Espy.
Haley Espy, the batter now. 1 away and nobody on. 41 pitches for Bull, and that one's popped straight up and fouled away. No out of play. No one will make a play on that one. New ball will come from the home plate umpire to Courtney Bull, and it's 0-1 to Haley Espy, the senior, for the Jets with nobody on. And the pitch is popped straight up. This one might stay in play. No, it won't. Bounce right in between the 2 bleacher sections to the left side of the open door of the press box. We had a pitch like that, similar, or a pop-up similar to that one in the last game that actually stayed inside of the cage, and I was waiting for it to drop outside. That's going to be a hit past Courtney Bull out into shallow center field. It also got by Lauren Deemer, and it would be Brooklyn Mervick who had to scoop it up and fire it in quickly to hold Espy to a single.
Now batting the designated player, Abby Barnum.
That brings up Abby Barnum, batter number 6 in the lineup. 0 for 1 on a 1-3 ground ball right back to Courtney Bull, her last time at the plate. And that one be hit out, and it'll drift foul right in front of the Packer dugout for a strike. We're 53 minutes into the ball game now. It's definitely cooler than it was when we first got here today. There's no doubt about that one. That one, right into the back, upper backstop, goes straight up, then kind of curves in, right into the bottom part of the curve there. Saw a pitch similar to that one in a baseball game last summer down at John Randall Field in Wahpeton. The ball got stuck. Here's a chance for a double play. No, the throw it for the 2 first will not occur, as Barnum was a little bit too quick. They will get Espy out at second, though. So Barnum's on with the fielder's choice.
Rowan Nelson.
Rowan Nelson 0 for 1 with a 6-3 ground out to the shortstop, Sophie Husky. Ouch, holy cow, there's a good thing that they're wearing helmets on that one there. Rowan Nelson swung at the pitch. It ricocheted off the bat, off the helmet of Ashlyn Deemer, off the helmet of the home plate umpire, and down to the ground and rolled toward the Packers dugout. Almost like if you're playing pinball and it just rattled through a bunch of things quickly. That's kind of the best way to describe what happened there. Off the bat and 2 helmets, all in the matter of in under a second and a half there. Probably scored a lot of points if that actually was a pinball game that you're playing there. Swing and a miss for a strike. The first one goes into the books as a fouled away pitch. So that's a strike as well, and it's 0-2 now to Rowan Nelson, the sophomore, is 0 for 1 with a ground out. And Courtney Bull will wind up and deliver the 0-2. Down the middle for a strikeout. Got her looking. Nice pitch by Courtney Bull to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, and we'll see Tori Nicholscraft take pitch 67 for Paige Ackerman. And then Ashlyn Deemer and Michaela Johnson will follow up the at-bats after Nicholscraft. And we'll see what happens when we come back after this in the bottom of the 4th. It's 6-0 West Fargo over Minot in the State A quarterfinals here on the Andy Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Multimedia Network. All right, welcome back. We're in the bottom of the fourth now, and it'll be Tori Nichols-Craft. Had a grounder into the gap in left center that rolled all the way to the fence. That was good for an RBI double last time she was up at the bat. No RBIs on this at bat. There's nobody on base, so worst case scenario will be a single, double, or a triple. I suppose worst case would be an out, but. And Nichols-Craft will reach. It'll be a three-hopper over to Pretzer at third. And she'll fire it over to Roan Nelson just in the nick of time for the 5-3 ground out. Nichols-Craft just nearly run that one out, but couldn't quite get enough speed to get up there and beat the throw. Great play there by the third baseman, Camry Pretzer, the junior from Minot High. One away, and Ashlyn Deemer. Fly out to right field and then a double to left field, her most recent trip to the plate. And the windup in the pitch. Up high for, it dropped into the strike zone. I think that one even surprised Ashlyn Deemer. 0-1, or check that 1-1. That one comes across the strike, no question about that one. Excellent pitch by the sophomore Paige Ackerman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're almost an hour into the game, a couple minutes shy. We'll let you know when that happens. And the windup in the 1-2 delivery from Ackerman. Swing and a miss. Deemer goes down on strikes. Now bring up Michaela Johnson now.
Now batting first baseman, Michaela Johnson.
Michaela Johnson's 1 for 2. She would fly out to right field and then single into center field on it was either a 1 or a 2 hopper into the glove of Landry Marigos in center field. That pitch appeared to come down the middle, but then dropped, and Michaela Johnson did not swing as a result. Great eye and great attention to detail on that pitch there for the senior batter for the Packers. And here's the 1-0. That one's up high and not much to pay attention to on that one. That was pretty much as high as you could throw it without getting it over the catcher's head there. 2 balls and no strikes to Michaela Johnson. And the 2-0. Swung on, caught a piece of the end of the bat. Goes in the books as a fouled away pitch. 2-1. Minot's left 3 on base. West Fargo's left 4 on base, according to my numbers. And the 2-1. Into the dirt, 3-1. I keep saying dirt. It is a turf field here. That last pitch was pitch 75. 43 strikes, 32 balls for Paige Ackerman. We're at the 1 hour mark of the game. First pitch came at 6:07. It's now 7:07. That one's hit up high, and if it would have stayed fair, it would have been a solo shot. Instead, it drifts foul over the Packer dugout for a strike, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes, a full count to Michaela Johnson. Huge pitch here for Paige Ackerman. Would love to get out of this inning without any more momentum here for the Packers, but that won't be the case. Michaela Johnson will walk on a pitch low, and that brings up Mariah Peters, who singled her first at bat into left center, more towards left, but sort of towards center. And then on the trip after that to the plate, she was walked. So she's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. And now we'll face pitch 78. Up high for a ball. Four of the last 6 pitches have been balls by the sophomore Ackerman. That one goes in the dirt. Now a snap throw up to second. Michaela Johnson is in time. Jaylee Britt ran in front of the second base bag to make the catch on the throw by Rostad, and Britt thought she tagged out Michaela Johnson. But the umpire disagreed, and that puts Johnson on with a stolen base. Up to second now, and in scoring position. And now the Minot coach is asking the 2 umpires from home and third to have a discussion with that second base umpire. I could only guess that it's in regards to that most recent play where Jaylee Britt thought she tagged out Michaela Johnson, and she did. They thought it over, and they were going to call Michaela Johnson out on a tag out. So that goes into the books as a 2-6 throw out. So the stolen base will not happen. And Michaela Johnson will instead get caught stealing on a 2-6 throw out. So that'll bring us to the top of the fifth then. Morgan Tice, Jaylee Britt, and Landry Marigos. Batters 8, 9, and 1 for Minot. And Courtney Bowl will toss pitch 49 right after this on the ND Sports Channel. Welcome back, top of the fifth, and it's Morgan Tice, the batter here for Minot. West Fargo leads 6-0 after 4 innings of play. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. No balls, 1 strike. Make it no balls, 2 strikes as Morgan Tice will swing and miss. Tice 0 for 1. She struck out swinging. And on that second strike, that's 50 pitches for Courtney Bull. 39 strikes and 11 balls, 1 hour and 4 minutes into the ball game. Sunny and 85 here in South Minot. That pitch will miss for a ball, 1-2. Around the bases once again for the Packers. Johnson at first, Lauren Deemert at second, O'Husky at short, Nichols Craft at third, Ashlyn Deemert the catcher, Courtney Bull the pitcher. Swing and a miss. Thies down on 3 strikes on 4 pitches. Peterson left, Leiter in right, Mervick in center for the Packers. Now they'll bring up Jaylee Britt, the shortstop. 1 for 1 with an infield single down the third base line her last time at the plate. Time will be called. Jaylee Britt will step out of the batter's box and now step back in after taking a practice swing, and now she's ready to go. And Courtney Bull will wind up for the first pitch here to Britt, and that comes up high for a ball, 1-0. 1 out here in the top of the fifth. And the pitch, 1-0, swung on, right back and past Courtney Bull into shallow center field. Brooklyn Mervick will scoop it up and fire it into Lauren Deemert. Deemert will hold the runner at first and give it back to Courtney Bull, and Britt's on with a single as a result. A single to shallow center for Jaylee Britt. That brings up the top of the lineup here for the Minot Majettes. It's the junior, Landry Marigos. Paige Ackerman is on deck. Bull gets the okay to get ready for the pitch, and she'll toss it, comes across for a strike. Marigos looked like she maybe wanted to possibly bunt that one. Either way, it comes across as a strike, and it's 0-1. It's a good thing I don't keep track of strikes swinging and strikes not swinging, because I wouldn't be sure what to put that one into. Marigos with the hard bunt swing that will roll foul down the first base line. Had it not rolled foul, Deemert may have thrown out Marigos at first. But all that doesn't matter now that the ball is foul. One away, top of the fifth. 6-0 lead here for the West Fargo Packers. I want to thank you so much for listening, for the Packer fans who couldn't make it to Minot, and from the Minot fans who couldn't make it to the ballpark. Throw a second, will escape. Husky and roll into shallow left center field. So Mary Ghost, we're going to give her a hit for that one. And then we'll advance Britt to second on the
Now batting
air.
pitcher, Paige Ackerman.
And that'll bring up Paige Ackerman. 0 for 1, struck out swing. And the windup in the pitch. And that's right back past goal again into center field. And the Minot fans are a little crazy right now as they get on the board. Scoring from second is Jaylee Britt. Advancing Mary goes over to third on an RBI single for Paige Ackerman. And the Minot Majettes are on the board. It's 6-1 in favor of the Packers here in the top half of the fifth inning.
Now batting catcher, J.C. Rosted.
So runners on the corners now as Mary Ghost advances up to third. That brings up J.C. Rostad, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Senior this year for Minot High. Swung on. 2 bouncer into the glove of Nichols, cracked at third. Fires it over to Johnson at first. That's the 5-3 ground out, and another run will score. So it's an RBI ground out for J.C. Rostad, scoring Landry Mariagos to make it 6-2.
Now batting third baseman, Cambry Pretzer.
Runner on second is still Paige Ackerman. She did not move on that last play. And now Cambry Pretzer, the third baseman, steps up to the plate and takes the first pitch for a strike. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time. At the end of the first inning, it's all knotted up in State A baseball. Minot, Cheyenne, 0-0 at the end of one. We'll keep you updated on that as that one will be fouled away over the backstop by Pretzer. So once again, West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Minot tied at 0 at the end of one in the State A quarterfinal baseball state tournament. That was a little hard to say. That ball goes into the dirt. Nice job there by Ashlyn Deemer to keep it in front of her to make sure that Ackerman stays on second. 6-2, the lead's been chopped to 4 here. We'll see if they can continue to chop away at it. They do have 2 outs. That one's popped up and tried to make a run for it. It was Deemer, but couldn't quite make it there. She got a bad angle as the ball came down right at a 90-degree angle with the fence. And as a result, Deemer wasn't able to have a good position to make a play on it. And that's not her fault. That was just the way the ball came down next to the chain link fence. Swing and a miss. Bowl will make up for it on a strong pitch that sends Pretzer down and sends the Majettes back to the dugout to get their gloves.
2 hits, 1 error after 4.5. West Fargo leads Minot High 6-2.
We're an hour and 10 minutes into the game. Paige Ackerman will throw pitch 79 to Mariah Peters, and then Mariah Peters will be followed up by Brooklyn Mervick and Sophia Husky. Batters 5, 6, and 7 for West Fargo. Right after this on Andy Sports Channel.
fielder, Mariah Peters.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the fifth, it's 6-2 in favor of West Fargo. And the pitch to Mariah Peters is low to the outside for a ball. Peters 1 for 1 with a single to left field, and then was walked her last time at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes now, and on this pitch, it'll be pitch number 80 for Ackerman. And the 1 will wind up in the delivery. Swung on, hit into left field. That'll bounce for at least a single, and that's exactly where she'll have to put on the brakes, is at first. And Peters is on with a single, and now bring up Brooklyn Mervick.
Now batting the center fielder, Brooklyn Mervick.
So on 80 pitches, 45 strikes and 35 balls. 1 hour and 12 minutes into the ball game here for the sophomore from Minot, Paige Ackerman. Pitch 81 will go to Brooklyn Mervick. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a fly out to Mary Golson center field. That pitch hits the upper edge of the strike zone, and it's 0-1 to Mervick. Sophie Husky is on deck. Even if Mervick bats into a double play, there's nobody out. She's not going to bat into a double play, and that's not going to stay fair either. Once again, this field, 210 down the left and right field line, 220 down center field. And had this one been like most softball fields, that would have been a home run, because most softball fields are at about 200 feet, and that one hit the fence at the 210 mark. I've never seen a softball field go more than 220, though. I have seen some fields that are beyond that 200 mark. But 220 to straightaway center is certainly the deepest that I've seen on any field that I've had a chance to visit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on, fouled away. Head coach Pat Johnson thankful that that one didn't come as far down the line as they usually do when they're fouled away in that direction. Can use a break. Check that, Brooklyn Mervick, the batter. Mariah Peters is on the runner on first. Pitch comes up high, and Rostad thought about a snap throw to first, but no need as Peters is back on the bag. Full count at 3-2. Big pitch here for Ackerman. 0 outs and 2 runs on. Or that one's hit up high, left center field, making the catch right in front of the fence. It's Haley Espy. I was under the impression there was only going to be 2 possibilities there, and then become a few inches shy of a home run. Once again, if this was like most softball fields, that would have been another home run for the West Fargo Packers. So the extended yard here, making it a little bit difficult for West Fargo to get it out of the ballpark, but they will send this one into right field. And it's good for a single that'll advance Mariah Peters up to second.
Now batting the designated player, Macy Weibel.
Macy Weibel, the batter, 1 for 2, ground out on a 1-3, and then a infield single her last time at the plate. Pitch comes up high to the inside for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch is pitch number 90 for Ackerman. Once again, runners on first and second. You got O'Husky on first, and Peters on second. And here's the pitch. Lined out center field. No, I thought it didn't go as deep as I thought it did. It'll be picked up by Jaylee Britt just in front of where the brown turf meets the green turf. Let's put it that way. And she would step on the bag at second for the force out on O'Husky. And that puts runners on the corners. Weibel reaches on the fielder's choice. So runners on the corners.
Come on, 9. Kaylee.
Fouled away pitch.
Now batting second baseman Lauren Beamer.
So Kaylee Leiter will get on base, and that'll load them up for the Packers. So, the reset here, you got Mariah Peters on third, Macy Weibel on second, Kaylee Leiter on first. The batter is Lauren Deemer. 0-1, the pitch misses inside for 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strikes. Lauren Deemer, 1 for 2. Walk, a single, and a ground out in that order on her 3 trips to the plate so far in this contest. And the windup and the delivery of the 1-1 pitch. Hit up high and going into center field. Not deep, running in is Mariagos to end the inning. Mariagos will force the Packers to leave the bases stranded, and it remains 6-2 heading into the top of the 6th. Back after this here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. Haley Espy is the batter for Minot. They trail by 4, 6-2. Espy's 1 from 1 with a single, fouled up and out of play. Nobody will be able to make a catch on that one. Now it goes into the books. That's strike 1 for Haley Espy, the batter. Once again, 2 games today. We'll have 1 for sure tomorrow, maybe 2. We'll have to look at the time on the clock there. So we got to race to another commitment on Friday night. And then depending on the outcome of the 11 o'clock game, we may or may not be back here on Saturday morning. One ball, 1 strike. That pitch. Home plate umpire conferred with the umpire up along the first base line, and the first base umpire said it was ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now, and Bull will wind up and deliver pitch 65, and that's a little bit low for a ball as well. 3-1 the count. 1 hour and 20 minutes time of the game. We're in the top of the 6th. Pitch, did it miss? It did. Espy's on with a walk on 5 pitches. Fouled away pitch followed by 4 balls, and that'll bring up Abby Barnum.
Next batter, the designated player, Abby Barnum.
Barnum's 0 for 2, grounded out on a 1-3, and then reached base on a fielder's choice. And the pitch. Fouled away, first baseline over the Packer dugout and out of play. 0-1 the count. That pitch comes up high, and climbing the ladder is Barnum, and she paid the price. 0-2. That one be grounded. 2-hopper into the glove of Deemer at second. Second baseman throwing to Husky, who's covering the second base bag. They will get the out at first, but Espy will advance up to second, so Barnum out on a ground out. If you're scoring at home, that'd be a 4-3 officially, advancing Espy up to second. That brings up Roan Nelson. 0 for 2, ground out on a 6-3 to the shortstop Husky, and then struck out looking last time she was at the plate. Swing and a miss. That was a nice pitch by Courtney Bull. Totally caught Roan Nelson off guard, and as a result, Bull's ahead on the count at 0-1. Runner on second is Haley Espy for the Minot Majettes. Swing and a miss, and it's almost an identical replay of the previous pitch. Matter of fact, we'll rewind, take the word almost out, and say that it was. Swing and a miss, and 3 identical replays on 3 swings and misses. And that brings up out number 2, and Morgan Tice is the next batter here for Minot.
Next batter, beginning Kaylee Hurts.
Check that. We will have Taylor Hurts. She's a sophomore for Minot. She'll step into the number 8 spot in the lineup here for Minot.
8 for 11.
So we'll see what Taylor Hurts can do at the plate here to see if she can't maybe get a hit out into. See here, there's a larger gap in right center than there is in left center. Yeah, much larger gap in right center. So if Hurts can get it out in that direction, that'll bring Espy in from second. Nice pitch on the outside corner by Bull for strike 1. Hurts did not even take a swing. She just watched that with much regret as that one crossed the corner. That pitch comes low to the inside, and that's one you don't want to swing at. And she didn't swing at it, and now even at the count of the ball and the strike. Hurts would have swung at the first one. There's a possibility she may have been able to pop a line drive out into right field. It was in the right positioning, and with Hurts' stance, you can only imagine what the follow-through at the bat would be. Up high, swing and a miss. Nice job there by Courtney Bull. That's 75 pitches for Bull now. 57 of them have been strikes. So you throw 75 into the mirror, and that tells you how many strikes she has of those 75 pitches. That one comes up a little bit high. She may have put that one up on purpose to see if Hurts would climb the ladder. She did not. She learned from her teammate a couple batters ago to not do that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the 2-2. Swing and a miss! Hurts down on strikes, and that ends the inning. We'll bring out Tori Nichols-Kraft. She'll face pitch 101, pending a change if Ackerman stays on. And then Ashlyn Diemert and Michaela Johnson will see if they can add any final insurance runs in the bottom of the 6th. 1 hour and 25 minutes so far, time of the game. Back in a moment on the ND Sports Channel here on the Magnitude Sports Multimedia Network. All right, welcome back. Tori Nichols-Kraft will be the batter here to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th for the West Fargo Packers. Winner of this one will play Bismarck Century in the semifinals tomorrow at 4 p.m. The loser will play in a season-ending game against West Fargo Cheyenne. Nichols-Kraft will ground that one into center field. It's good for a single for Nichols-Kraft, and that'll bring up Ashlyn Diemert.
Now batting the catcher, Ashlyn Diemert.
Ashlyn Deemert's 1 for 3 with a fly out to right field, a double to left field, and then struck out swinging her most recent trip to the plate.
Kenley.
And we'll have a courtesy runner here for Nichols Craft on first, and that courtesy runner is going to be Kenley Menke, a sophomore.
Menke running at first base.
1 hour and 27 minutes into the ball game now. Ackerman has thrown 101 pitches, 57 strikes, and 44 balls on the ball strike split. The batter once again is Ashlyn Deemert. No balls, no strikes. As she will get some words of advice from her head coach, Pat Johnson. Take a deep breath and now step into the batter's box. Adjust her helmet and face the pitch. And here's the windup and the delivery from Ackerman. And that one's fouled away down the third base line. And had it stayed fair, it may have been a solo shot, but not this time. It's a strike. 0-1. 58 strikes on 102 pitches now. Class B baseball. Let's see here. After 3 innings of play, Shiloh Christian leads Carrington 3-2. In a game where all 5 runs have been scored on either errors or came directly as a result of an error. Keep you updated on that game as more updates come into us. We'll keep you updated on all the other ones as well. Another fouled away pitch here by Ashlyn Deemert. Makes the count 1 ball and no strikes. Or 1 ball and 2 strikes, excuse me. That's what I meant to say the first time. It just didn't come out that way. Here's the 1-2. That's a low floater. Once again, my laptop, I should have pushed it down a little bit. I think that dropped before it hit the plate, but I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, my laptop was blocking my view. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one's high for 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count and a big pitch here with nobody out and a runner on first is Kenley Menke for the West Fargo Packers. Courtesy running for Tori Nichols-Craft. 6-2, a 4-run lead for the Packers. Here's the pitch, and that one's fouled up over the press box, and good for an unofficial strike 2. So it remains 3-2. And that'll be batted out. 3-hopper into the outfield and left. Good for a single that advances Menke up to second. That'll bring up Mariah Peters. So 2 runners on now. Check that. I said Mariah Peters. I meant to say Michaela Johnson. Mariah Peters would be on deck after Michaela Johnson. Now hit the 90-minute mark of the ball game. We have a courtesy runner, I think, for Ashlyn Deemert on first. See if we can catch a jersey number. No balls and a strike to Nichols-Craft. Oh, check that, Michaela Johnson, excuse me. That'll be a hit out in the center field that will load the bases. It'll be good for a single for Michaela Johnson. Landry Marigos came in to make a play on that, but she was not able to scoop it up. And if there's one thing I've learned, is that you never charge an error to a diving outfielder. Mariah Peters is now up to bat. Pitch misses outside for a ball. 2 for 2, a single, a walk, and a single. Both singles to left field. A medium left field. One ball, no strikes. Pitch 111 coming up momentarily here as Peters steps out and then steps back into the batter's box. And now Ackerman gets the okay to wind up and deliver the pitch. Inside low for ball 2. Once again, the bases are loaded, and now it's 2 balls, no strikes to Mariah Peters. Kinley Mankey on third, Ashlyn Deemer on second, Michaela Johnson on first, and the batter Mariah Peters. And the windup in the delivery, up high for another ball, and it's 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes now to Mariah Peters. And that's a bases loaded walk to make it 7-2. That will score Kenley Mankey from third on the bases loaded walk. Advancing Ashlyn Deemer up to third, Michaela Johnson up to second, putting Mariah Peters on first, and bringing up the center fielder, Brooklyn Mervick. 0 for 3, a ground out, fly out, and a fly out. And a swing and a miss. Or no, it came in low for a ball. I don't know why I thought she swung on that one, but Fargo Davies leads Bismarck Century 1-0 at the start of the second half. That is a state soccer score for you. Fouled away pitch by Mervick will result in a ball and a strike. And now Mervick will pop this one up. First base line giving chase, and they cannot make the grab. It'll drop. Scoring from third is Ashlyn Deemer. That makes it 8-2. And now crossing the plate is Michaela Johnson to make it 9-2. A 2-run RBI single by Brooklyn Mervick that advances Mariah Peters over to third and scores Ashlyn Deemer and Michaela Johnson to make it 9-2 in favor of West Fargo. So it's a 2-run RBI single.
Now batting Sophie Ohusky.
Come on, Sophie!
Runners on the corners now. Mervick on first, Peters on third, Ohusky the batter. 2 for 3, single, a fly out, and a single. Pitch came across as a strike, 0-1. And the windup in the delivery, up high for a ball. 1-1 to Ohusky. Once again, runners on the corner with nobody out. A 9-2 lead. West Fargo scored 1 in the bottom of the first, 5 in the bottom of the second, and then neither team scored for the third or fourth inning. Minot got 2 on the board in the top of the fifth as the pitch misses outside for a ball once again. Packers would not score in the bottom of the fifth. Hold Minot scoreless in the top of the sixth, and now they've scored 3, and there's nobody out, and runners on the corners, and Sophie Ohusky faces a count of 2 balls and a strike from the pitcher, Paige Ackerman. And that one's going deep to left field, and it is gone. It's a 3-run home run for Sophie Ohusky over the left field fence. And that 3-run homer by Ohusky will make it 12-2 here on the bottom of the sixth, and that will end the game. That'll be your final score as it's Sophie Ohusky on a 3-run homer to end it via the 10-run rule here on the bottom of the sixth on pitch 119 by Paige Ackerman. On those 119 pitches, she threw, or check that, pitch 120, because I forgot to enter in the last play into my scorebook here. So on those 120 pitches, 66 strikes and 54 balls. And time of the game, 1 hour and 37 minutes.
Tomorrow's action.
So Minot will fall to the consolation bracket. West Fargo will move on to the semifinals to play Bismarck Century. Thanks to a walk-off homer by Sophie Ohusky, a 3-run homer. So that sets up tomorrow's action. You have 11 a.m. Fargo North out of the east versus Dickinson out of the west. Minot out of the east versus Cheyenne out of the west at 1 p.m. West Fargo out of the east versus Century out of the west at 4 p.m. in the first semifinal. And then Bismarck out of the west versus Valley City out of the east at 6 p.m. So in the quarterfinals, we had west versus east, and now in all 4 games tomorrow, we'll have west versus East. We'll see if that pattern continues to filter out after tomorrow's action. We'll be back here bright and early at 11 a.m. for the game between the Fargo North Spartans and the Dickinson Midgets. Once again, 11 a.m. Tune in a few minutes early for the pregame show. Loser of that one will be done for the season. The winner will move on to the Consolation Championship to be played at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning against either Minot or Cheyenne. And then tomorrow we will not be here due to other commitments, unfortunately, for the semifinals. So we'll have to keep our eyes and ears on radio and all that good stuff. I know the Valley City and Bismarck game will be on KOVC out of Valley City. I'm not sure if anybody will be here for the West Fargo Century game. And we'll be here for Fargo North Dickinson. Walk-off home run by Sophie Husky. And that would end it in 6 innings as the West Fargo Packers defeat the Minot Majettes. Minot Majettes will not return as state champions. We'll have a new champion. Will it be West Fargo? Will it be Century? Will it be Bismarck? Will it be Valley City? Based upon the 8 teams in the tournament, I would say that the 4 that are in the semifinals were probably the 4 favorites. Probably Minot was probably upset, but then again not upset as they had to play a really good West Fargo team. So somebody had to fall into that other bracket. Unfortunately, it was your defending state champion, the Minot Majettes. So West Fargo, Century, Bismarck, and Valley City will battle in the semifinals tomorrow. And once again, it's all thanks to the bat of Sophie Husky on a 3-run walk-off homer to end it here in the 6th inning via the 10-run rule. Your final score once again, 12-2 in favor of West Fargo. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, bright and early, 11 a.m. It's Fargo North and Dickinson in the loser out for the season, and the winner goes on to the Consolation Championship. We'll see what the outcome of that one is tomorrow morning here on the ND Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Multimedia Network.